A brand new Grand Theft Auto 6 artwork has been released, and today we're going to analyze the entire artwork that we got from top to bottom. And we'll start with both the characters, specifically Lucia right here, starting with her bandana, which is a beautiful red bandana with some patterns right there. And we've actually seen that before with Jason in this video, where he's robbing this same store, and he is wearing the bandana that is the exact same pattern. Look at this little 69 looking thing. That is exactly right here. And if we go and look in the first trailer where Jason and Lucia are robbing this place, this time Lucia is wearing this same bandana with again that 69 looking pattern, which is just Rockstar being very funny. And then of course you have Jason here wearing this bandana with the little flower in the middle, which in the artwork is not visible, but it is the same kind of color. Now there is actually a reason for these masks in terms of gameplay, and that is that there is going to be a witness system in Grand Theft Auto 6. Back in 2022 there was a giant leak of 90 clips, and one of the leaks was inside a place called Hank's Waffles, where Jason and Lucia are robbing the place and grabbing some cash and then dipping out by stealing a police car. And if they wear a mask, that means that people and cops are not able to identify the couple, and that way they don't have to change any clothing afterwards during the wanted level where the police are looking for them. And there's also this little bar called time until cops dispatched, where if the white goes always inward and there's no time left, that's when the cops then arrive, and they don't rush in and try to kill you. To actually wait and have their police tactics. And you can play as both Jason and Lucia combined, where you just play as Jason, for example, and then Lucia will be an NPC character that you can go and give commands like follow me, run away, kill everybody, etc, etc. But more of that of course in the extended look. On Lucia's face we see some freckles and moles, which she is known to have, as you can see on her face right there, and she's had that on the trailers as well. Most notably this one next to her nose, which for me has always confirmed that this is the balcony girl, as that same freckle is right there, and this was always a big discussion. Then going down we have this baddie t-shirt, and this is just Lucia being a baddie, describing her as she is, and she is holding this gun, and she probably just pulled it out of her pants, just like well, that sounds bad, but just like Jason. I'm talking about the weapon. I cannot fix this, it's gonna sound weird, but yeah, kind of reminded me of this, where this dude shot his gun inside his pants accidentally. Maybe it's a GTA 6 feature, who knows. Lucia is also wearing this chain right here, which you see her wear in basically any screenshot that you look at, except for this one. This is a little bit of a different chain. But even here where she's wearing this leather jacket, you can see the chain like right below her jacket. And of course she also has this boxing glove chain around her neck, but in the artwork obviously it's not present, as this whole mask is covering that part. Now what's interesting is that we cannot see that she has this GPS tracker that she always has in other artworks. The very first iconic artwork she has this GPS tracker around her ankle area. Here though it's too low for us to see. Now let's move on to Jason Duval. He's wearing his very short haircut style, which looks a little bit like this, but in trailers and screenshots it really changes a lot. For example, here you can already see he has much more hair underneath that cap. Of course in the pre-orders we can see that there is endless hairstyles that Jason can have, and that's the same for Lucia, by the way, so don't worry about that. I particularly love this hairstyle. It's really beautiful. And then we have my favorite part of this screenshot artwork, which is this this dolphin surfing. Is this gonna be a Easter egg of a gameplay feature that we're actually gonna be surfing in this game? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. This is the first time that GTA 6 has acknowledged surfing in some type of way, so we don't know what's going on here. But he's also doing this little ping pong thing, which is funny. I just love this design, man. It's so good. We've talked about the gun. He is exactly pointing at his erectile area, and nothing much to say about his pants. So let's move on to the location that they are at. To me, it is pretty clear that it's this location right here, with Jason and Lucia obviously stealing stuff from this store, doing a not so big time robbery towards the beginning of the game where they need some money. And you can see it's at a gas station. Now on the map, we have this see on map button on my website, gtaaffinity.com, and if you click on it, you'll see that it's placed right here on the map of GTA 6 inside Port Gellhorn. And Port Gellhorn is a little bit at the northwestern part of the map. Now the story of course starts right here in the Leonida Penitentiary where Lucia is imprisoned and Jason picks him up. So I wonder how long it's gonna be until they move to Port Gellhorn and do a robbery. I'm very curious about that. You can also see about this little shot in the trailer that you have this car here. Now that car is also shown here in trailer 1 where it's drifting out after they have done this little robbery, and it's actually the exact same car because if you look at the license plate right here, you can see that it says N9CT4M. And if we go to the ultra wide version of this artwork, you can see that the T4M is exactly right here. So it is the exact same car. And it's also shown in trailer 2. And the funny thing about trailer 2 is that there is this like gray car door here, as if this has been put on later after the original broke out, which is very normal in a GTA game to happen. And here in this screenshot, you can see that you have this fully grayed out car with the car door open, showing a little bit of the interior as well. Now the reason I think that this is fully gray is just to complement the rest of the artwork's color scheme, and it isn't necessarily the case that this should be yellow, otherwise it's just gonna pop out and we don't want that. We also know from the very first artwork of Jason and Lucia that this car right here is also grayed out, even though there are some kind of reflections of the rest of the artwork that make this car a little bit more saturated in terms of pink and a little bit of blue. But then if you look at the pre-order images, you can see that this is a bright yellow car, and this is just for the pre-orders. It has a different color in the actual base game, but in the base game it is still blue, so there is a big difference. To me, that confirms that this gray color is just an artistic way of putting the car in there, and of course you can just go to a pay and spray or a mod shop to make it gray anyway. The gas station is the Zero Gas, a returning fuel brand from the HD era, and there are some other confirmed GTA 6 fuel brands such as Arrow, and there's also some quick shops in the leaks. Now this store is obviously a food mart, as it says, and it shows that you can buy beer, liquor, wine, loan, hot food and cold drinks right here. And loan is a little bit of the joke from Rockstar. It's a little bit of an inside joke about payday. You can see here that there's a little soda machine that you can get a drink from. This is something that we've seen in GTA 4 and 5 where you can buy some soda. And a similar gas station was shown in the leaks. This is just a representation of the leaks itself, not the official leaks, because my channel would be taken down. And this shows a gas stop also in Port Gellhorn, and it shares this feature where you can share items between Jason and Lucia's inventory except for their weapons. And this is just to make sure that if you're playing as Lucia, you have all the items, that you don't just want to play as Lucia only because of the items that she has, but that's why you share the items in between them. More about that will probably be revealed in the extended look that's been announced. And this is another leaked gameplay representation where Lucia is going through the door just to have the developers check if the door works properly, and you can actually buy a gumball from the gumball machine, which is pretty cool. There are some traffic cones right here blocking one pump island out of service, and convenience stores are a systemic pillar, and convenience stores and basically any shop in the game is gonna be an opportunity to rob in the open world, which is something I'm very excited about. We had that a little bit in GTA 5 Online where you can go into a store and rob it, but this is going to be much more in depth. The leaks even listed a full store type. The leaks even listed cop traps at cash and carry, but also at clothing store, body shop, bingo, which are different store franchises for different products like t-shirts and stuff. And so the way the cops are going to try to get you is going to be different depending on where you are, and your wanted level is not going to be the same every time. Better yet, it's going to be different every time. We of course have some palm trees, we have some birds. People are saying, is this representing Michael, Franklin, and Trevor? It's kind of a meme at this point that the birds represent the protagonists. Here you have two protagonists and one flying away. So people think maybe this is gonna be a third protagonist after these two die or something, after Jason and Lucia die. Who knows? It's a weird theory, the birds. We have an iguana, and the iguana is a staple of Florida, of course. Evasive iguanas are a Florida signature, and the leaked events literally includes South Beach encounters tagged iguana. We of course see in the trailers that the iguana here is kind of a main character actually. There's this one special iguana wearing a crown, and now that I think about it, is this the bandana that Lucia is wearing in that artwork? I think it actually is. That's pretty funny of a detail. But there's also regular iguanas right here, and funny enough, it's always at the bottom left of the screen. Maybe just for aesthetic reasons, I don't know. Then all the way behind this car that we talked about, we have this elevated highway, which we don't know what exact location this gas station is. We showed a little bit on what the robbery in the game will look like, but sometimes artworks are just kind of there and they don't really have an exact location, so we don't know. And to sum up this whole screenshot, and to sum up this whole artwork in terms of the story, the official site of GTA 6 frames the whole game around an easy score going wrong, which leads to Jason and Lucia ending up in the middle of a conspiracy across the state of Leonida. And this gas station is kind of the definition of an easy score, so I think that this might be where it all goes wrong, and it could be a major story beat. Maybe even something that separates Jason and Lucia for a while, or maybe that happens all the way afterwards. We don't know exactly. But that is everything. That has been everything you need to know about this artwork, the complete breakdown right here on GTA Infinity. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to the members, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.